starting up momentarily for those of you who might be waiting. Boom, now we're live. This is the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio. Now this is K4PEW. Anyway, you can see us here on YouTube. And that you can either look us up on look us up on K4PEW, my call in the search block, or in the word Brain Trusts, BRAINTRUSTS. Either one will get you right to the site, and you'll see that there's a live feed going on. Or you can see us on some information about us on 146415.net. That's on the web. Or you can see us on groups.io, groups.India Oscar. That's instead of net. It's kind of fun. I've never seen it before, but now there it is there, .io. And just do a search for MJSS. Or you can reach me on my email address, k4pew@arrl.net. We normally meet every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. And tonight's Saturday night. So that's where we are on 146.415 FM Simplex. Purpose of the net is to really just have fun. We try to get to know each other. We try to understand what's going on in other people's shacks, not necessarily their lives, but their shacks in their world of ham radio. It's a nice way to get to know each other, both on the air and both at the breakfast that we have twice a month. And it helps us prepare for emergencies if they ever need occur, but it also helps us be better hams, get out better, be heard better, and we get to be envious of other people's signals because you can see your signal and others here on the live feed. So that's all you have to do. If you want to see the live feed of your signal strength versus somebody else's, great place to be. Announcements. The big announcements of the day are today. We are going to be doing the 2-meter net, then the buy, sell, swap, and swindle net, then the sideband net at 144.240. Also, I want to make an announcement about this coming Tuesday night, which is the Santa net, which is we're going to simulcast it here. It will also be done on, let's see if I can get my number straight here. Yeah, Tony's doing the Santa net. He's going to be hosting that. That's KF4 KFQ, and he'll be doing that on the 146. I believe it's 610 repeater. 146 610. That's down in Smyrna. And you'll be able to hear it there, but it'll also be simulcast here on both this YouTube channel and also on 146 415. So you'll hear a lot of stuff about the Santa and what he's doing on this frequency. Well, not on this frequency. You'll hear it on their frequency is that repeater frequency as well as on 146 415. On 446 415, excuse me. You'll be coming in and going back out on 146. Excuse me. I'll get it straight yet. 446 415 is where it'll be simulcast as well as on YouTube. So to be clear, Santa's going to be on the repeater in Smyrna on 146 610, and it will be simulcast on 446 415. So we got that straight now. Yeah, but a straight is a banana. All righty. Let's see, what else did I have here? Oh yeah, also let's see, that's Tuesday night. So there won't be a net. So that's what I was going to do. Say what you need to do. Then if somebody wants to get on Simplex, go anywhere you like, or you can just agree to meet on 146 430 on alternative frequency. 146 430. 146 430 alternate Simplex frequency. Well, you know what? It won't matter. You can stay on this frequency because I won't be using it. I hadn't even thought that through. You can stay on 146 415 because I'm going to be cross-banding the repeater into the 446 415. It won't have anything to do with 146. Showed how much I thought this through. All right. Any other questions regarding that goofiness? All right. Got nothing. All righty. Where was I? I've confused myself and everybody else. Any other announcements besides that one? Boy, active group tonight. Is this on? All righty. Well, then I'll start taking check-ins. But at the moment here, we are starting from the north this time. And this is net number 546. Unbelievable, but true. And we're closing out on the new year. I don't think we'll have new things to talk about in the new year other than just to build better shacks and have a good time. If anybody wants to hang around tomorrow, I'm going to be putting up a new 10-meter vertical up, at least on a temporary basis, see how it works out, where it's going to sit, and how it's going to get installed. But I put it together today, and it's going up tomorrow. All righty, well, let's start taking check-ins. Hold on. From the north. Please come down.
For VTI.
It's KM4 VTI, is it not, Charlie?
Yeah, Kilo November 4 Victor Tango India. Good evening, Paul. How are you doing?
Well, I probably sound a little confused tonight.
Yeah, no, it's good. Lots of frequencies and repeaters and stuff like that. You know, it can get confusing.
All that ham radio talk. There you go. It's funny, I wasn't getting that straight in my mind until I just started talking about it and realizing I was wrong.
All that ham radio jargon, you know, makes no sense. But I got bored today and I got out some supplies and I built it. I built a TV antenna for fun. It's kind of a fun project to do.
One of those digital TV antennas?
I mean, all I did was I got like RG6 coax or whatever, and I hooked it up to a TV, and I soldered on a wire to the other end, 10 feet long maybe. I hung it up, and it worked pretty well. Of course, I took it down because it was ugly. It was inside, so it was a fun project. I got kind of bored today, so I just decided I was gonna, do something.
Yeah, if you look on the web under homemade or do-it-yourself DIY digital TV antenna, you come up. There's a couple of neat projects there. Some of them are a little more sophisticated than others, but what I'm using here at the house is I took a 5-element beam I had. It's a ham radio beam, and I left it where it was. And now I've got a rotatable TV antenna in the attic. They can point anywhere I want to, and I just took and hooked up the regular coax. Well, took twin lead, and then that goes through a little, through the balun. It's normally used for twin leads to, in this case, 75 ohm, and then it goes right into the TV, and it works great.
Yeah, with this 10-foot wire that I soldered on, and I just hung it up like in my upstairs. I mean, it worked fine. Like, not many channels. I think I got like 10. 11 out of those 10 were religion, televangelist channels. But I mean, yeah, it's something.
Oh yeah, no, there's you can get all the local channels doing that. Usually you can, but you just got to get it fairly up in the air to do that. Well, very good. I'm glad you're making it out. So you're still studying for the extra, as we talked about earlier.
Yep, I'm waiting to start, getting into that so I can, get into the tests as soon as I can and get that ready. So I'll let you get back to the net there. Yeah, glad you checked in from the north. I don't have much patience.
Very good, Charlie. That was Charlie, Kilo November 4 Victor Tango India. Just got his license a couple of months ago, and he's already a general, and he's working on getting his extra. And he's in north Mount Juliet up towards the river. Who else north? Please come down. Anybody else north that's sleeping?
W9BOQ.
W9BOQ. We talked before?
Not about politics.
Oh, yes, we have too. So what's up, Dennis?
Oh, nothing. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to my friend Silent Key Donnie, WHGNI, who passed away yesterday morning. Donnie was a regular on the 910 repeater on Short Mountain, and he was really loved by all. He was a great guy. He was a great ham radio operator, and he had been doing it for a long time, and he's going to be really missed. It really was a shock to me. I had no idea he was sick. But anyway, Silent Key. What else? I built a J-pole today.
Well, whoop-de-doo J-pole. What for?
I just wanted to make a 70 centimeter only J-pole because I had this piece of stainless. I think it's stainless. I don't know what it is. It's really. It was just flexible enough that I could bend it, and I made it in about 5 minutes. And I had 444 megahertz. It's 1-to-1.
Cool. I bet it doesn't get out that great though, unless you get it way up in the air.
It'll be at the top of my tower. Because I might use my X700 on a 2-meter only radio soon. I'm not sure about that yet, but I might.
Oh yeah, I got you. Well, there's so little activity, unless you're talking about repeaters or you like 70 centimeter simplex. There's just not too much activity on 70 centimeters, you know.
The only thing I do is I've been participating in helping out with M-tiers, but I'm not huge into it. But that's the only thing I do on 70 centimeters. Anyway, let's keep the net as short as possible, right? No. Back to net. Thanks for doing the net, Paul. W9BOQ is clear.
Yeah, very good. Stuck my hand in front of the camera and all of a sudden it's not focusing very well on the thing. What a pain. See if I can't fix that here momentarily here. Ah, there it goes. Finally the camera wised up. Well, very good. That was Dennis, Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec. He's in Castellan Springs working on antennas and towers and having a good time. And yeah, Donnie, I had talked to him a couple of times over the years, and well, Silent Key, but he's hopefully in ham heaven. Who else we got up north?
WB0NOO.
There's somebody who'll never make it to ham heaven. How you doing, Mark?
I was afraid you were going to be talking to me. I thought maybe somebody doubled with me.
No, you sound good. How you doing?
Doing fine. Kind of got the sniffles all of a sudden about the time net starts, but just been busy trying to get ready for Christmas and for the little grandson that's going to come over. And that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, it's always good to have family around anytime really, but Christmas is a little more special.
Yep. He's 4, so he knows everything that's going on now in great detail, and he'll talk your ear off. So anyway, that'll be fun. And we're going down to hear Vince Gill and Amy Grant Monday night, so we'll be in the Christmas spirit soon.
Where's that, downtown?
Yeah, down at the Ryman.
Oh, great. Those tickets very expensive?
Well, they wouldn't have been too bad if I'd actually got them from Ticketmaster, but I don't seem to be quick enough to do that anymore. So I bought them on eBay, and yeah, they were a little more than they should be.
Oh, I got you. I won't say you got scalped, but I'm guessing it's a little bit higher.
Yeah, well, as a friend says, when you buy tickets on eBay, you need to have a plan B.
Yeah, you can go see the lights in that drive-through over there at Lebanon.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They seem legit. We'll see how many people are going to try to sit in the same seat. That's what always worries me. They email you a ticket, and you don't know how many they emailed them to. But anyway, we'll take our chances with it. I've actually had pretty good luck. I've never been scammed with that. I've done it a few times.
All right, very good. Yeah, I don't think I've known anybody who bought them off of eBay, but I guess I might have. I don't know of anybody, but you can always just go down there and scalp them on the street, I guess. Very good. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November Oscar. He is in North Wilson County, up there by the Weather Service, the National Weather Service. Who else we got? eBay for tickets. Who else we got for North? Please come in. Over to the West, then. Please come in.
KB9OCD. KN4CBY. November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
All right, too many. Hold on. You're clogging up my paper here. First, we got KB9 OCD. How you doing tonight? This is your second check-in. You know that.
Doing very well, Paul. Just been listening from a distance, and then not being at home, I don't get to get on very often. How are you?
Ah, very good. You're on the road today?
No, I'm at home.
Ah, okay. I thought you meant you said you were on the road. You were. Ah, very good. Yeah, I know you are. Lots. There's several guys that are in that boat. Terry's one of them. One of your guys that works for the same outfit.
Yep. Terry and I've talked very many times there. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So you're doing all right this almost Christmas week?
Yes, sir. About as good as expected. I bought my one and only Christmas present, so I got my shopping all done.
That's right. I kind of liked, my favorite. I always liked getting gifts when I was a kid, but one of my favorites was I had a great aunt, and she never bothered with gifts. She just gave me cash, and I thought, man, that's awesome.
Well, as somebody would always say that we all know, cash is king.
Yeah, no, I was when you're a kid, when you're very young, and I mean, she was doing that since I was probably 4 or 5, and I just loved having her hand me an envelope because it was, it wasn't very much. It was a couple dollars, but a couple dollars back in the 50s was a big deal to me.
Oh yeah, I kid now. Even when we get Christmas cards, I'll ask the wife, "Where's the check
at?" I know it. It's funny how you think that way. I sent off a check to one of my sons for a gift. I thought of that myself, but I never got a check that big when I was a kid.
No, neither did I. But anyway, I just thought I'd check in. Nothing important. Everything is doing well. You're sounding good. And keep up the good work. And we do watch you on YouTube during the week when we're not available. So it's good talking to you and the whole bunch. We'll say 73 to you, Paul. And keep up the good work, like I said already, being repetitive. KB9OCD.
Yeah, very good. That was Greg. Kilo Bravo 9, Oscar, Charlie Delta, and he's in Pleasant View. And he's checked in a couple of times, but oftentimes he's working this time of day, so he doesn't get a chance to do that. But he follows us around somewhat on YouTube, I guess. The ZBY station, who is that?
KN4ZBY.
Okay, my memory's gone blank. Is it, we talked before?
Yeah, that's Roger, One Nashville.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, Roger. I'm going to get that call straight in my mind one of these days.
Oh, man, your memory's about like mine.
Well, yeah, the memory's the first thing to go, and I forgot what the second one was, right?
Exactly. Hey, is my signal changed any tonight? I got a new radio here.
Well, you're doing an S9 here, so you're not doing too bad.
Okay. Well, I was using an old Retivus, and just in the mail today, I got a Yaesu 2980.
Awesome. Now the 2980, is that the, I'm trying to remember, is that the 65 watt radio?
Actually, it's an 80, but I can't use 80. I'm running on 30 right now because I don't have enough power supply.
Ah, yeah. That is nice. That's a single band. That's a 2 meter only, isn't it?
That is correct.
Yeah, not such a bad idea. I have I think I told you, I have a 85 watt Alinco that's just a 2 meter, but it's great because I've got other 2 meter, I got other 70 centimeter rigs, but I get on 70 centimeters so infrequently, it doesn't matter to me, if it's, well, the only problem I had on 70 centimeters was the radio I was normally using for the nets. I only had 20 watts on 70 centimeters, and that kind of, 70 centimeters is bad enough, and then you give it 20 watts, that makes it worse.
Oh, yeah. But I basically just wanted a 2 meter to put here in the house so I could put the other one back in the truck because I never could put it back in the truck. It always stayed here in the house, and I didn't have anything mobile.
Yep, I got you. Well, very good, Roger. Roger's on the new radio, the ASU that's got 80 watts, although he was only doing 30, but a good signal, good audio. You're doing good, Roger. He's in West Nashville. That's Kilo November 4 Zulu Bravo Yankee. Who do I have tonight? Oh, DJT. That's right. November 4 Delta Juliet Tango. How you doing, Don?
Good evening, Paul and for DJT. Doing pretty good. I had a little snafu on an antenna project this morning and a panic attack and a little bit of high blood pressure when I realized I was missing some wires. Thankfully, not as many as I thought they were missing. Just the 10-meter portion is missing 2 wires. Not a huge deal. I can make those up myself. I'm going to complain though because the point, it should all have been there. And so we're going to take another stab at it again tomorrow afternoon or morning about 11 and get this thing hauled up in the air along with the bazookas. And, check one tower done and start working on the other one. I'm off until the New Year, so between Christmas and New Year's guests, I'll be working on my VHF, UHF Yagis and getting that tower all sorted out. And the final note, I'm a grown man, and to this day, whenever I get a Christmas card, I still open it and shake it out to see if a money or check will fall out of it. Back to that N4 DJT.
Well, truth be told, I did that today. And it was from my cousin. I didn't expect money, but I looked anyway, hoping there'd be something in it. By the way, you may win the award for the shortest instructional video on that YouTube one you put up recently.
Oh, yeah, hooking the oscillator up. It's really easy to do. And I didn't think I need to do a big thing about it. I was just sure I did it, but it works great. Keeps the thing dead on frequency, even if I mess it up. I suppose I'm going to mess up now because it's continually syncing to the clock. So, yeah, everything's good. I haven't messed around up on 1.2 centimeters where you can really notice that it's the drift sometimes. So once I get that Yagi out, I'll be testing it out. But so far, so good. It's working.
Yeah, now that I forget now. It seems to me to find you just look up Don Thorpe would be the easiest way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think you search for N4 DJT too. But yeah, just do Don Thorpe, you can see it there. But yeah, it's I'm eventually gonna be doing EME up on 1.2 gigs, so I figure I'm gonna have to buy it anyhow. So I might as well get it now and fix my mistake. I bumped the reference controls by mistake and forgot where they were set at. I feel like doing a factory reset.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though that rig has the ability to do that so easily.
Yeah, I wish that 7300 had that same feature, but it doesn't. You got to align that one the old-fashioned way, which is fine. But yeah, this was plug and play done. It like took me 2 seconds. It took me longer to pull the radio out and move the desk around and get behind it to plug the connectors in. It did actually get all running.
Yeah, very good. Well, let me move on, Don. That was good. I really got to go look at that video. I think I put a link to it on the web already to the group. But the November 4 Delta Juliet Tango, and you can look him up on the web. He's got a nice short video about the ICOM. I'm making an adjustment to an ICOM radio to get the frequencies aligned using a frequency reference, which was pretty cool. It's only about a 90-second video, so it was where you're right though. You didn't have to make it any longer than that. The point was made perfectly. Unlike some other videos I've seen from some people, and it takes them 10 minutes to tell a 2-minute story. All right, Don, November 4 Delta Juliet Tango, and he's in Bon Aqua, great signal. Working on his towers again, towers and radios and antennas. Anybody else west?
WY14.
There is Jeff. How are you doing, Jeff?
Okay, Paul, good evening to you and everyone on that. I'm just hanging out. I'm on vacation, just hanging out, taking it easy, catching up on some rest.
You got the whole week off?
Yeah, I had Friday. I took off today, and I got off next week. So I'm just not going to do a whole. I made some things around here, but other than that, just not much of anything.
Oh, that's great. Well, try not to get involved in too many things and just relax and enjoy the days off.
That's what I intend to do. So I just try to recharge my batteries a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny how much you don't get to do that when you work 6 days anyway. So I'm sure that having 6 or 7 days in a row off is just heaven.
Yeah, I get kind of today. I was kind of sitting around, well, am I supposed to be doing something? But you kind of get that feeling like, what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. You feel like, well, you also have this feeling, especially if you're like you might have, you go, what are they doing without me being there all the time? How does anything get done?
Same as it was as any other time. I mean, there's somebody there to take my place. That's what it's called the extra board. So they manage. Believe me, they do manage.
Oh, I know, I know. Everybody thinks they're not irreplaceable, and then they find out that somebody fit the bill and did just fine. Well, very good. That was Jeff. He's in Madison, and it's a Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. Good signal as always. Good to have you in there, Jeff, and enjoy the time off. Get up on the radio. You probably hear us once in a while in there. Jump in there and give us heck. Who else? West.
KN4TJF.
All right. Ever heard one in there first? Heard Rick in there. Rick, you doing all right?
I'm doing good, Paul. How are you, sir?
You get all squared away with your respiratory issues.
Well, that's an ongoing thing, Paul. It's going to take a minute. But yeah, I'm doing better.
Well, good. No, I think you had something going on besides that, though, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I did. I actually think it's just allergies that's making me have some issues there, wheezing and stuff. But I think I'll be getting through it pretty good.
My only lifelong allergy was an allergy to work.
Yeah, that's the hardest one to take.
It is. Well, I would slog my way through it, though. It just, I don't know. Lazy can be good sometimes. It makes you think of new ways to do things faster.
That's correct. Yeah, it can be a very useful tool. I'm not sure if my brother's going to be checking in or not. He may be shopping, so I'll be eager to see once I clear out if he jumps in.
All righty. Very good. There was another station. By the way, that was Rick, Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot, and he is in Ashland City, over there west of Nashville a ways. One of our farther check-ins. Rick, did you guys ever get together with that Yagi you guys are building?
We have not. He did go pick up a 10-meter antenna for me though. But he's getting the parts for my antenna for my beam.
Ah, cool. Well, very good. I'm looking forward to that. Who was the other station in there?
Yeah, I can't wait to get going on that. X-ray 4 Delta Queen.
All right, Rick. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm hoping everything works out better on that 10-meter and then that Yagi as well. Kilo X-ray 4 Delta Queen. How you doing tonight?
This is Ron Brentwood. Just fine. I thought I would reveal the results of my thorough climate research to let everybody know that we've entered pre-spring. Winter's over. From now on, we're headed into official new season called pre-spring.
It seems that way some days, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Weather Service doesn't think we're going to have that much. Maybe 1 or 2 cold snaps left for the whole winter.
Oh, really? That's what they said. I didn't realize that. Well, I kind of hope they're right, but I'm betting they're wrong. I mean, the Weather Service is, well, I'll tell just my example was when I lived in Florida, there was a major storm that came and hit the west coast of Florida. And the Weather Service is right in the middle of the coast. It's about, I don't know, 10, 15 miles south of Tampa. And the storm caused horrendous damage along the coast. And not a hurricane, just a terrible storm with high winds, and surf was up, and it destroyed a lot of beaches and boats and waterfront. And the Weather Service didn't even see it coming.
Well, I can say you heard it here that we now have pre-spring. That's a national phenomenon, I'm sure. But you heard global warming. Maybe that's part of it. Anyway, I called this evening just to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays for you and your family.
Yeah, very good. Your signal seems lighter than it was last time. Are you doing anything different?
Well, I'm on handheld tonight. I'm not on my base station right this moment.
That would explain a lot of it, because it seemed really low, and it was. I wasn't even looking at the meter, but yeah. But so there's going to be some people who can't hear you. But all right, very good. That was Ron. He's in Brentwood on an HT. It's Kilo X-ray 4 Delta Queen, or Quebec as we normally say. Delta Queen sounds cool though, isn't that? That's the boat over there in the river. Is it? No, that's a boat in some river. Maybe that's in New Orleans. Well, very good. That was Ron again. Kilo X-ray for Delta Quebec. Who else? West, please come in.
KM4YRS.
Okay, Rick wants to know where his stinking Yagi is.
We got to build it first.
He says, "What's this wee stuff?"
Yeah, he wants to help.
No, I know that'd be great when it gets up there, but he does well into where I am though. I mean, of course, I'm the one with the elevation, so he and the antenna, so he'll be much better with a beam antenna.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll help out. So I hope it does anyway.
So we didn't hear you. I didn't hear you for several days. You've been busy.
Well, I've had the radio on. I haven't really heard anybody, and I've had a few little chores to do, and after work, and so I haven't had a chance to talk much.
Oh, I see. You're one of those hams that would rather do family stuff.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, no, I got you. No, family always comes first. I know that. So anyway, very good, Michael. Good to hear you in there. Good signal as always. I can't wait to hear the results of what happens over there with Rick's new antennas. The newly made ones. How's that? Fresh antennas. That's Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot, and Michael's in Belshire. Who else? West, please come in.
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Hey, John. You finally wrapped up all your projects at home, I hope?
Oh, no. I mean, it's mostly been work assignments the last week, and all my stuff on my list around the house here is that's making good progress, hammering away at it.
Yeah. Well, when you get ready, you can come over and help me on mine. I've got. I'm just not. I'm just lazy. You work we have a regular job, and I don't. You get more done than I do.
Well, my attitude as a freelancer for years is every day is a work day, but every day is also a Saturday.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's kind of a neat thing, but it also actually being your own boss, so to speak, which you're not really. It actually makes you work harder.
Yeah, it always has. Keeps you on your toes.
Yep. No, I know what you're talking about because you never know what next week is going to bring. So you want to make all your customers happy.
Yeah, that's it. You're only, in terms of your clients, you're only as good as what you do, but it's been remarkable how well that sticks.
Yeah, I think that it would be a lot of people you have to be able to take a little bit. You have to. Let's see, how should I put this? Since I was in sales for so long, you have to be not an anxious person in that regard, because if you were, you can't handle it, because sometimes things don't go as well as you'd like them to, and sometimes you have these dry spells of money coming in and say, oh my gosh, I mean, it makes you go crazy, but you can't worry about it. You just know that if you keep hitting after it, money's going and the clients will come in.
Yeah, it seems to always happen that way, and plus it teaches you to be patient. It teaches you to listen, and I always go back to the basics, which is what my grandmother told me shortly before she passed away, and she just says, remember, life is short, so make the best of it, and don't overly put your nose to the grindstone. Do a little dreaming.
Oh yeah, no, you have to enjoy life too. Otherwise, life gets really tedious if all you're doing is thinking about and working, all that stuff. Well, very good. Good to have you in there, John. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo from Bellevue. Great signal as always, John. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Who else? West. To the south then, south of 40, please come down.
Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor.
Hey, there's the mouth of Murfreesboro. How you doing there, Terry?
Oh, I don't know about that, Paul. You take care of Murfreesboro pretty good still yourself there.
You made me think of something I hadn't thought of in a long time when I said that, which was on the fly, of course. I was writing for the school newspaper when I was a senior in high school, which is some years ago. It's actually over 50 years ago. And I made the mistake. I say mistake. If you remember, you might be old enough to remember Lou Groza and his moniker. His little nickname was Lou the Toe because he was the place kicker. And I mentioned that there was a guy on our team, the football team, who was a good place kicker, and I called him whatever his name was, Pat the Toe Garcia or whatever his name was. And all the other players on the team were upset with me because I gave this guy a name.
Copy that. Yeah, I remember that, Paul.
Yeah, good old Lou the Toe. Yeah. Now it sounds silly. Nobody calls themselves the Toe.
Yeah, you're right. Got things about wound up and ready for Christmas.
As ready as I'll ever be. I can't stand the pressure of having to buy gifts,
Well, you got a new radio and you get the antenna, tomorrow? So Santa's doing good for you this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I look in the mirror, that's who Santa is.
I hear you. Well, good to talk to you again, and you do a great job on that. Appreciate what you do, and I just want to tell everybody to have a safe holiday, Christmas, New Year's, and the whole deal, and enjoy yourself, and be careful traveling around there. Send me through to everybody. I'll let you get back to it and carry on there.
Yeah, very good. That was Terry. Kilo November 4, Mike, Papa Victor, and he's in Murfreesboro. Excellent signal. Who else? South, please come down.
N-A-P-P-Y.
Hey, how you doing, Rusty? You doing anything? You feeling better, I hope.
Yes, better. Still among the walking wounded, but hopefully improvement shall carry on.
How come your signal's so good?
I have no idea. I'm doing the same thing I was doing before.
I don't think I really noticed before, but I always think of it as 5 watts. Is it still 5 watts?
Oh, no, I'm on the 400, running high power about probably 45, 50.
Okay, because you had been on 5 watts on previous occasions, both on 2 meter and on the sideband.
Yeah. I've had it down a little bit when you had some special nights, but that's all I've got on sideband is the 5 watts.
Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't remember that you were 5. So you haven't always been on 5 watts on 2 meters.
No, I'm usually on 50, but I have a glass ceiling, I guess, of 5 watts on the other day, 17.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. As long as we can hear you on the net, that's great, and we can. It's got a good signal from you, as you know, from from where you're from Murfreesboro.
I'm going to be trying out an old new setup, but an old antenna tonight on the sideband end. So I don't know if I'll make it in or not, but that's what I want to check out.
All righty. Yeah, I was I did say I was trying out something which I hadn't tried in a long time. This radio, and I didn't feel like taking it out to the car, so I put my screwdriver antenna, the Yaesu mobile antenna, and then I hung a cable, hung a coax out the window because I can park right outside the shack window here, and I hooked it up to the screwdriver antenna. And I was talking with Earl over in Noreen, and no sooner we were talking for a couple of minutes, and some guy down in Tampa, Florida, where I used to live, jumps on there and says, "I can hear you guys fine, everything." And here I was, just, my car is parked right up against the house, and he's hearing me fine on a little screwdriver antenna.
The fun we can have. Well, Paul, let me go and wish you a Merry Christmas and everyone else too, and hope y'all have a great time, and maybe catch you before then, but just want to be sure I get that in and let you get on with it. Appreciate what you do, man, and see you in a few minutes, hopefully on the sideband.
Yeah, very good. That was Rusty in Murfreesboro, November 8, Papa Yankee, and my confusion about his power levels, but he'll be on 5 watts on sideband, so you want to listen for that. He has a good signal on sideband as well, though. Who else, Sal?
C1SPD.
Might have been a double in there, but I got you in there, Scott. How are you doing?
I'm glad you did. I hate getting stepped on.
No, I don't. I can't really tell. I think I hear something. It might be something my wife's doing in the other room. I'm not sure. So, how's it going for you, Scott?
Very well. All right, I'll probably catch y'all on the side then. You know, I got to jump back to a 40-meter net real quick. Tell you when that's meeting.
All right, very good. Yeah, I can hear some voices in the background, so that must be you on the 40-meter net.
That's a hockey game going on in the back.
Ah, okay. I couldn't tell what it was. That's what I was hearing, actually. All right, very good. That was Scott, Kilo 1, Sierra Papa Delta. He is in Laverne. Who else south?
Okay, 4 TYJ.
Hey, Jim. Oh, you don't warm up down there today, didn't it?
I don't know. I stayed in and didn't do much stuff. I watched some movies on TV.
I'm kind of hoping you'll be around tomorrow to see what kind of power level, receive levels you get on that 10 meter on your horizontal versus the vertical. I'll be trying to.
I should be around in the afternoon. I think I got to go to do a little shopping earlier in the day. But yeah, I should be home.
Yeah, the worst thing you want to do is go shopping Christmas week. You know that.
It's not the worst thing, but it's not the most fun thing. It'll be all right.
Well, dollar store gets pretty crowded.
Oh, I know it. But it'll be all right.
Yeah, very good. All right, well, that was Jim, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet, and he's in Woodbury. Good to have you in there, Jim. Who else is south? Please come in.
Okay, 4 IDs.
Hello. Hello, Robin. Noisy truck Robin. How you doing?
I'm warning you.
I know. Well, if you can put up with it, I can put up with it.
Yeah, that's probably a good, probably a fair assessment.
So I don't get too used to this not working for a living either.
Man, I haven't stopped. Today's jam-packed.
Yeah, I'm sure the days are packed. You've been doing a lot. You drove down to North Georgia and back today. That's a trip in itself.
288 miles from my driveway, and I made a side trip through Las Casas on the way back. So easily 325 miles a day.
Oh, yeah. Well, you figure, I always think that's a big deal, doing that. And then, of course, there's people who do drive professionally in the transportation business. And what they do in a week, I do in, a month. So it'll put me to shame.
Like Jim.
Oh, yeah. Well, I find his is to be tougher than most people in the business, because his is a lot of retail driving and driving in city streets and driving with big heavy truck and dangerous. I find that very dangerous myself. Driving on the interstate's one thing, but driving around the backs of restaurants and hotels and ugh.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very appealing to me. Last year, 2 years ago, when I was considering other options for employment, I thought about taking on a UPS or a FedEx route. I started talking to some of those people, and they started telling me 150 to 200 stops a day. I thought, no thanks.
Yeah. Well, you can get used to anything, but it has to be your thing, so to speak.
Exactly. All right, carry on. Okay, 480.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, they keep tight rein on those people too, because there's a real route schedule that's got to be maintained to keep everybody, keep all the customers happy, and customers in that business, package delivery, never seem to be happy. Well, very good. That was Robin. He's south of me about 5 miles, just close to Percy Priest Lake, west of Mount Juliet Road. Well, actually west of just 171. I'll say that. That's Kilo 4 India Delta Charlie. Who else south?
That'd be a 488.
Last time we talked, you were in the Walmart or going. No, I don't remember if you were in the Walmart parking lot or not.
Yeah, I made it home. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and did get to talk to a couple of people on Big Star the other night, so that was enjoyable.
Yeah, well, you guys kind of had like an impromptu net between you and Earl, and who was the other person with D-Star? I forgot.
David.
Oh, David. Really? That's who that was? I forgot. It was you and Earl and David. Hmm.
Yeah, W4DTC.
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, that's nice. So, I mean, I would, if I were you guys, I'd be getting up there doing it regular or a regular time if you could. You might gather up some more people.
Yeah, Larry got in there too, and Earl and I finally figured it out. So we did a little D-Star Simplex. Pretty nice.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I say it's good. I don't have that mode, but um, if you got the radio, that's why I say if you have it and there's nobody you don't feel like there's anybody to talk to, you think, why do I have this radio? But if you can work up a bunch of, even to get four like that is a big deal as far as I'm concerned. I mean, our early nets had 3 and 4 and 5 people, so you could do that. I'm willing to bet that there's more D-Star users than you know of.
Quick comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what frequency are you doing that simplex on?
Where were you?
We were on 146.430. It's N4DJT here. I've got D-Star capability on a couple radios. I'll put that memory, add it to the scan. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, you might want to. That's the one you want to. Well, you wouldn't necessarily have to avoid it down here, but that's the same frequency that they have that simplex net on 2 meter FM up there in Bowling Green on 430. But I don't think it's going to bother him down here.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that. I didn't know if that might interfere with them net time or what.
Oh, it could, I suppose, but if you heard them in there, I'm pretty sure you'd move to 440 or 450 or something.
There is a D-Star simplex calling frequency. Oh, really? 145670. Hang on, let me go double check that. All right, that's cool. Yeah, 145.670.
All right, I wouldn't know that, but I'll pass it on. The D-Star simplex calling frequency is 145.670. Anybody who has D-Star, and in fact, get a hold of Eddie or Don or Larry, any of those guys, and to get up with do a net at at your guys' convenience. That sounds like a good deal. Like I said, if I owned a Yaesu Fusion, I used to say that, or I owned a D-Star rig, I'm not going to sit here and just sort of sit and rot. I'd be starting a simplex net, that's for sure. Anyway, that was Eddie, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. He is over here in Gladeville. Good signal. Who else we got south? Please come in.
84ZUI.
Mr. Ed, how are you doing tonight?
Well, good evening. Okay, 4 PDW. 84ZUI. Yeah, we've had a good day here today. Sort of stayed around the house and enjoyed it there, and looking forward to Santa Claus coming again.
Yeah, it's funny. This morning I was messing around on Google Maps, and I was looking. I saw Shelbyville, and I said, "Well, I thought I had found it before, but Google Maps does not include Shake Rag as a name on anywhere on their map."
No, it doesn't. It's about 5 miles west of Shelbyville. It's an old community. Even the school is tore down now.
Oh no, I understand. I would find a way to get it on there. I don't know what that is, but you can actually do that on Google. Somehow you have to. I don't know how they do it though. People get things, even their homes. It'll have titles on it on Google Earth. I don't know why though.
Well, I have shirts that's written up with my farm name on it, and it's got Shake Rag Tennessee on it.
Yeah, well, I don't think I'd let loose of that because I like it. It always sounds better to hang on to the old names. I don't know why that always sounds nice to me.
Yeah, it does. I've got some old literature there that come off of the books in the courthouse and stuff where land was passed down to the schoolhouse and where the schoolhouse was and how much it cost and how much they traded different things for that back in that day there. But anyway, I wanted to get in and say hello to you. You're really sounding good down here. It's like you're sitting in the driveway. Appreciate it, Paul. Appreciate you letting me in. KD4ZGY. Turn it back to you.
Very good. That was Ed, Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. He is in Shake Rag. It's 5 miles west of Shelbyville. Well, maybe Shelbyville's 5 miles east of Shake Rag. That's what it is. Anyway, he's got a great signal coming up from, that's pretty far away from me south, but great signal. And most of you can probably hear him. He's actually checked into the Bowling Green net up there in the Bowling Green, Kentucky from his location, which I think is about 90 miles, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, who else we got south?
Got it.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, Ed was the S5 into my station tonight, which was great.
Yeah, conditions must be great. Yeah, well, you've checked into the Bowling Green net, correct?
No, I can't make the trip.
Well, you know what that means. You need to get that antenna up a little higher.
I need to buy a beam.
Yeah. I don't have a beam, and I can check into it.
Well, you're higher than I am.
Well, that's why I said you need to get more elevation.
I'll work on that. Back to that.
Yeah, even, I don't know how you do it, but yeah, well, again, you got some restrictions there. I understand. Well, very good. That was Ed, Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee and Shake Rag down in Shelbyville's near that. Who else we got south? Please come down. Over to the east. Please come down.
WA4ZHI.
Appreciate you hanging in there, James. You doing okay with the family this Christmas week?
Yeah, we're doing good. It's okay to wait till last because I was first last week.
Yeah, I understand. Well, that's what is nice, I think, about rotating. It only takes, in a matter of 2 weeks, it comes back to you again.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Yep. By the way, I don't think I mentioned it on the net, but we are going to have a breakfast then next Saturday morning at Courtney's.
Okay, that's good to take notice of.
Well, yeah, no, I'd be announcing it again, but and sending out a reminder. But we are going to have the breakfast, and oh yeah, just I think what I forgot to. Never mind. We'll just leave it at that. We'll talk about that some other time. But everything else going good for you?
Yeah, it's working out.
Yeah. Well, you're always sounding good, but again, you're close to me, so it's not hard to do good with that indoor good antenna, but it's indoors. Anyway, that was James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India. He's here in Mount Juliet, over just east of the library. Who else? Anybody else east?
Kilo India for singing in the barn.
Very good. Richard, what's up with you?
Hanging out. Not old. I've just been getting around doing some honeydews today. That's about the sum and substance of it. I hope everybody's staying warm and all that good stuff.
You got your antenna up where you want it now, that 510?
No, it's still 18 inches shy of where I want it. It's that bottom section I couldn't put completely extended until I get it straight up in the air, and I've got to get up there. And it's going to take two people to do it because one's going to have to tighten and loosen the bolts, and the other to push up. So I got to loosen up my guide lines and all the rest of it before I can do that. I just haven't had a decent day to do it yet, so hopefully the weather will get conducive and I'll go get another step ladder and get it done at some point.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you might have heard me. I was putting together that SPT 500 antenna about here in the back on the patio, and when you read 22 feet tall, and then when you see 22 feet tall, it seems a lot longer.
Yeah. 17 and a half foot is tall enough, but that one's a good bit taller. Contact.
Yes, what's up there, Mr. Dennis?
Richard, if you need help, you call me.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it.
Yeah, very good. Anyway, everything else going well for you and your wife there, Richard?
Yeah, she's working, and we're getting things cranked up for our Christmas gathering down at her mother's on Tuesday, and so everything's running pretty smooth. We just trying to get things together. It's the biggest headache we've got right now, which really isn't a headache at all. It's just a matter of going and doing.
I got you. Well, very good, Richard. Good to have you in there. Your signal sounds good, though. You were pushing about S8, as I recall from glancing at it there. Here at this station, that was Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo, and he's in just a little bit west of Lebanon. Who else is east? Hey, Stan. Everything going well at your end?
Doing pretty well, Paul. How about yourself?
I saw somebody was supporting. I forget who it was. One of the groups was supporting the de-expedition to Pitcairn Island out in the Pacific, and I had worked that station truly by accident. You know, I called out and the guy comes back to me and it was from Pitcairn. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the group that was there recently. I want to thank. There's a friend of mine that I worked the guy that was one of the relatives of the guy from Louisiana, the bounty guy. I think one of his descendants is still on the island and is a ham operator.
Yeah, I happened to catch a guy who was working for the New Zealand government who was over there doing some kind of a survey. I don't know, engineering or something. I don't know what it was, weather or some kind of survey on the island. And he just happened to be there with his ham radio, and I caught him just by accident.
Yeah, the expedition. I'm not sure if it's over with or not, but I know there was one there recently.
Yep, yep. So you were able to work that station when they were doing when they were there?
Roger.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's really not that far away. I just don't think there's many hams there.
I don't think so either.
Very good. That was Stan. He's in Lebanon, just down north of downtown. Kilo Mike 4, Hotel Quebec Echo. Who else is north?
East.
That too. East. The north side of the east side. How's that? Hey, what, you holding back on me there, Earl?
Yeah, I was daggone, didn't want to be first, don't want to be lallygagging and procrastinating and all that other stuff either.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have some New Year's. When we get down to New Year's, we're gonna have some New Year's resolutions to not have any lollygaggers or sandbaggers or lurkers, you know.
Yeah, the old out with the old and in with the new thing. I just like to put out a nice, prosperous, and happy holiday season. Seems like there's more holidays being celebrated besides Christmas out there in our society nowadays. So anyway, put them all in one basket, I guess. How's everything up there in the big city of Mount Juliet?
Now be ready for that 10-meter test tomorrow and for the rest of the week. Well, I should have that thing up semi-permanently tomorrow.
Hey, okay, cool deal. Oh, I was remember something here that I was gonna ask you on that there D-Star Simplex call frequency. Could you relay that again, please?
Yeah, that D-Star frequency, the calling frequency is 145.670. That's for D-Star calling frequency.
Okay, cool deal. I got it wrote down. I got the first three wrote down when it came out the first time. But I don't know, you know what they say, what goes first and forget what goes second. So, and yeah, that was a pretty neat little project we did last week. That's the first time I did that mode on this radio. Went through and got my parameters very well, I think, configured and whatnot. But anyway, just hanging out, checking in, and I guess I'm checking out. So y'all be good, be safe, and they're going to bundle up when you need to. KE4 or DEC back in that.
Very good, Earl. Yeah, I'm glad we can facilitate those kinds of things, even though I don't have D-Star or I'm not active on DMR or any of the other modes, but it's nice that we can facilitate some of those things here. I'm glad that, because I know I've heard that. I've been hearing that for a long time. People buy a D-Star radio and then they're not able to talk to anybody. And as far as I know, there's no D-Star repeaters in here in Middle Tennessee, at least that I know of. So it would be, I can see why people get a little bit gun shy about having a D-Star radio. But anyway, that was Earl, Kilo Echo 4, Delta Echo Zulu. He is in Noreen, just a little bit east of the Cedars of Lebanon Park over there, south of Lebanon. Who else? Anybody else east? Please come on. That's right. We don't. No, we don't. Well, we do pretty good. I'll tell you what. There's very few nets that get the response we do, and I'm thrilled that everybody finds it so exciting. And also, we do other things. We generate interest in 10 meters and 2 meter sideband, and we have a good old time. At least I do. I know other people do too. Anybody else east before we move on? Any late check-ins, please come in.
K4WT.
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
Pretty good. I heard the gentleman said they came to my net. I heard him just explain his day.
Michael, are you copying Steve now?
I can't copy tonight.
Man, did you clean out your ears today?
Yeah, he's breaking the squelch, but I just had no audio.
Oh, boy, he can hear you fine. That's what he just said.
That's odd.
Earlier.
Say it again, Steve.
Yeah, I could earlier. I can't hear him now, I don't think.
Yeah, he says he's not hearing you now, though, but he did hear you earlier when you checked in.
Well, I just heard him say that.
Ah, there you go. You need a big metal reflector on the backside of your antenna, I think.
He's making it to Bon
Yeah, no, he's does a good job coming south. Steve, and he's north of Bowling Green, but he's got you're still using that little beam, right?
Yeah, the 5 element.
Yeah, 5-element beam kind of pointed our way. And Bowling Green, just for reference, without everybody looking it up, he's just a little bit, a couple degrees to the east of north from Mount Juliet, from me. So he's going to be whatever that difference is to you in Bon Aqua or wherever, or to Michael in Belshire would be a little farther northeast. Of course, it doesn't matter if you don't have a beam that can be pointed. So.
Well, I'm going to get a beam, and I'm going to point it that way.
You're going to build 2 beams there?
I might.
Well, I would if I were you. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Trying to do better. Well, very good, Steve. Steve, by the way, Steve does that Bowling Green net on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. on 146430. He's been doing a fine job. He's been probably a little over 6 months, and they're already getting 12 check-in a night or so, and doing a great job. And do you have any good comments from the group up there in Bowling Green?
I get all kinds of good comments. Whether I can get people to check in or not check in, but talk on the frequency afterwards. That's what I'm working on right now.
Oh yeah, it'll get there. Well, again, it's the more the merrier. I mean, if there's a dozen people checking in, if you get 5% of those, it's not but one guy. You know what I'm saying is the more there is, the more opportunities there is to talk.
Yeah, roger that. I'm looking at your new display. I like the layout of it.
Oh, it's awesome with that. You can see when I'm not transmitting, but you can see over there to the one side, the right side. You can see there's that Simplex guys that are operating on a 146. I think it's 550. I believe is where they are.
Comments, on your display at the bottom.
Yes. You can see it peaks up every once in a while, just a couple of bars to the right.
All right, I'll have to watch for that. Boy, I don't have much of a signal at all tonight, do I?
Well, the audio is fine. I mean, I hear you just fine. No, the signal strength isn't that great now.
Just comparison, just trying to see if I got to improve my station some more.
Well, yeah, just get a 12-element beam and be all set. No, you're doing good you're bumping up against S3 there, so it's not too shabby.
All right, I'll give you another number. Gonna go upstairs, go to bed. See you later. K4WT.
Very good. That was Steve, and just north of Bowling Green, Kilo 4 Whiskey, Kilo Uniform. He's the one again who does the net up there twice a week as well on Tuesdays and Thursdays on 146430. That's at 7:30 p.m. Anybody else north or east or late check-ins anywhere? Late check-ins before we move on.
Comment.
Yes, Richard.
Steve, if you can hear me, KI4SIB, start having a breakfast up there once a week and see if you can drum up more interest in the net.
Yeah, he may have jumped off, but Yeah, that is one good way to do it. People get together. Of course, that's part of more of a club atmosphere. He does that as an adjunct to the Bowling Green Club.
Well, I didn't realize that situation, but even at that, they can all have breakfast at the club and everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I agree. Very good. I like our club though. There's no rules.
Come as you are and stay as long as you like. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here long.
Yeah, they'll kick you out. We don't own the place.
That's right. Tom Courtney does.
Yep. Anybody else? Late check-ins, lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, scanner listeners. What do you call it? The SDR donglers, preppers, the end time survivalists. Please come now. And procrastinators got to show up sometime tomorrow. Well, very good. And then we'll move on to the buy, sell, swap, and swindle nets. Anybody got anything they would like to, or they're looking to buy? Anybody got a list of what they need to buy? Has anybody got anything for sale? I know everybody's got stuff for sale. They're just not prepared to talk about it, I guess. But they can always put it up on the groups, put it up on the website, on the groups.io site. As it goes out to about, I think we've got 85 or 88 people on there now. So it's a good opportunity to sell things, Owen. Nobody's got nothing to sell tonight?
Come on, Daddy. I know you've got something you want to sell.
I don't know. Everybody took off. Yeah, Eddie's got. He'd have to make a long list, I think. Hey, what are you talking about? You're the one with 25 HTs.
I know, man. I ain't got to tell everybody.
Man, it's HT heaven over there, man. They just, I think they actually multiply them while you're sleeping.
If they could, they probably would have.
Very good. All right, we're going to move over to the sideband net on 2 meters, which is 144.240 upper sideband. Again, 144.240 upper sideband, and I'm going to make that change here. And anybody check in or forever hold your peace, ever hold your PTT.
KR4AZ, just on time.
Oh man, you just made the cutoff before procrastinators.
It's me. It's me. It's old JT. Anyway, that is my initial now. KR4AZ. I'll catch you over.
All right, very good. That was Tim. He's in Murfreesboro, and that's Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu, checking in late, but good enough. That makes runs it out at 25 tonight. It was a big number. Okay, we're going over to 144.240, and I'll be there momentarily.
Tim, what part of Murfreesboro are you in? KI4SIB.
He's in the part of Murfreesboro where he's going to 2 meter sideband.
Was he talking to me?
KI4SIB. Shut up.
No, he's right there.
Yeah, come on. KR4AZ. I was trying to get over on the other radio, but I didn't know you was talking to me.
What part of Murfreesboro are you in?
I'm down here. You know where where the VA hospital is? I'm not too far from VA.
Right there at Walter Hill.
Yes, sir.
Well, the reason I'm asking because there's not very many people I can hear from Rutherford County, and you're one of them. Congratulations. I don't know. There's this kind of digging ridge line between me and you, but 231 must be cutting a path to it so we can hear each other. Y'all carry on. Just want to make that comment. 73 KI4SIB.
All right. Well, your signal's doing real well. Better than I think you had it a little better the last time we talked last night, but it's really good tonight. It's S7, something like that. So doing a good job over here. All right, 73 KR4AZ clear.
All right, we're moving over to 144.240, 144.240 upper sideband. See you there momentarily. That's as momentarily as you can get. This is K4PEW at the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 144.240. And again, we're going to start from the north. Who we got up north? Please come on. All righty. Who we got to the west then? Please come now.
Number 4, Delta Juliet Tango. Now that I'm on frequency, everybody's got a lot better.
Awesome. Very good. I got Don in there. Who else we got west? Please come now.
Whiskey Echo.
All right. I got Michael in there and John in there. That KM4YRF and John Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo. Who else west? All righty. Who else from the south then? Please come now.
Kilo November 4, Mike Papa Victor.
All right. We got Terry in Murfreesboro. Who else south? Ah, boy, that signal's really low tonight. I hear you in there, Rusty, but you're really low. If I wasn't had my ears perked up like my dog, I wouldn't have heard it at all. Terry, give me a relay on what he said. Can you hear him?
I got him here.
Yeah. What did he just say about his radio?
He said he's trying out a new antenna, but he looks like he might need to go back to the old one, KR4AZ.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it was normally when I can't hear anybody, when I can't make out what they say, I usually, as a relay, I say, he said he needs more power and a better antenna.
Yeah, I can hear him all right. Of course, I'm not too far from him.
No.
Rusty. Yes, they're doing good. All right, back to net control. I'm glad you're feeling better, Rusty. KR4AZ, and go ahead and check me in while I got her key down there, Mr. Net Control Man. KR4AZ.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Yeah, that is. I'm telling you, I doubt you'll be able to even hear that on the YouTube feed. It was so low. It was unbelievable. I was surprised I heard it. All right, very good. I got KR4AZ, Murfreesboro. Who else south? Hey, very good, Scott. You got you in there. Who? Anybody else south?
Rusty, I heard the sign.
Yeah, you would. Well, you guys are pretty close in together there, but I really low. His audio on 5 watts was usually much better on the other antenna. That's why I was really surprised how low that was. Not sure what he was doing, but maybe he'll tell us some other time. Anybody else south? Over to the east? Anybody who's east?
Echo 4, Delta Echo Zulu.
Very good, Earl. I got you in there from Noreen. Who's south or east? I mean, anybody else east on sideband? Anybody, any place, anywhere? Please come down.
Whiskey 9, Bravo, Oscar, Quebec.
Very good. Got you in there, Dennis. Sound pretty good. Do I sound off frequency to you, or are you off frequency a little bit?
I tuned plus 60 to make you sound more normal. Let me go to regular ones.
All right. This is K4PEW. How's it sound?
Here I am at exactly 240. How do I sound?
Slightly distorted, like it is a little bit off frequency.
Yeah, you're off frequency too, but I think it's common to be off frequency the higher that you go, you know?
Yeah, what you have to do is we probably have 2 male radios, and one of us needs to be a female radio.
That's it. You be the female side.
Okay. Did I hear somebody else in there?
Yeah, you're dead on frequency.
Okay. Yeah, it just sounds funny because we both have, Dennis and I both have the 991 radios. All right, is there anybody else late check-ins? Please come now. All righty. Well, we had a good run tonight with 10 folks, starting backwards. The last one was Dennis, Whiskey 9 Bravo Oscar Quebec in the Castellan Springs, and Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu there in Noreen. Scott, Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta in Laverne. KM4YRF, I believe we had in Belshire. And November 8, Papa Yankee with he wins the award for lowest signal to be heard tonight. But a signal nonetheless, and he found out that whatever he was using, that coat hanger does not work. You got to move from plastic to metal coat hangers. We had Terry in Murfreesboro. That was Rusty was in Murfreesboro too. Terry, Kilo, November 4, Mike, Romeo, Victor, also in Murfreesboro. Great signal, and John as well. Whiskey 4 Alpha, Whiskey Echo in Bellevue. And Michael, KM4YRF. I've got that KR4AZ. Is that who I skipped? Yeah, KR4AZ in Murfreesboro as well. My mistake. I said that call wrong earlier. I was misreading my scratches here. And November 4, Delta Juliet Tango, Don, who is in Bon Aqua, and Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, which is yours truly. And pretty good for Saturday night. That's about 10, and I don't know if we've done any better than that, but congrats to everybody. I'm going back to FM and closing on that. This is K4PEW.
W4AWA.
Did I leave you out?
No, I was just going to let you know I'm also listening on a GPS locked radio, and you are exactly on frequency. You sound exactly like you do on FM.
Isn't it funny that an identical radio would be slightly off frequency, only 15, 20 miles away?
I'm fairly sure my radio needs to be calibrated.
Yeah, you probably did something to it, Dennis.
No, it's single 80 meters. I got it tuned off 10 kilohertz.
Well, very good. Let me roll. There's that signal again on 550, I think it is. There on the. I just saw it on the screen. All right. Well, very good. You guys have a great night. I'm closing on that. K4PEW.